All right. So thank you for joining me this evening. Whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay, I want to share with you tonight a little bit about clarity reset. Something you can do to gain clarity on the regular. Not just, once in a great while, but consistently on the regular. Because if you are a high achiever like I am, chances are you are balancing lots of things. Maybe it's work. Maybe you have a biz, a side biz. You have family. Maybe you're a caregiver, a grandmother. And then you want to also focus on your personal growth. And you know what? Maybe there's even a few other things on your plate that I haven't even mentioned. So you're probably feeling like you're doing it all. But if you're feeling like it's just becoming too much, or you need to figure out something different, you're just constantly trying to manage everything, but you're never really getting done what you want to get done, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us. So I'm going to share with you for just a few minutes 3 simple daily practices that can help you regain clarity and reduce overwhelm or stress or feeling like you don't have enough time. So let me get a drink here. Mm, ah, that feels good. And when we take time to reset, we are going to feel more in control of our time, our energy, and our focus. And it happens very quickly if we are consistent with these actions, with the things that I'm going to talk to you about. Pretty sure you've heard of some of them because I talk about them often. But let me know right now, are you consistently utilizing um, any reset routine? Do you have a habit or a routine that you do consistently throughout the day that helps you to reset? And I'm just going to check and make sure that we're live here on in the group. Hopefully we are. Something's got a little bit wonky on my phone here. Anyway, so the very first one is the 5 minute reset. So some people feel it's really helpful to do this first thing in the morning, um, so that they don't just rush into their day and they're stressed. I mean, I do feel like that's very important when you wake up to have a time to just reset, focus, and set intentions. So let me share with you what that would look like. Think about this as just something that you get in the habit of doing consistently, just every morning. And if you've been doing a habit like this in the morning, then you know, as much as I do, that it doesn't take very long. Just a 5 minute routine can really work wonders. And one of the ways to utilize this type of a reset is for you to just, when you first get out of bed, or when you get in the car and you're getting ready to go to work, or you're in your she shed or your studio, your craft room, whatever it is, your home office, just get settled when you get there. Don't just dive in and start working. Breathe deeply, just sit up straight, take in some deep breaths, hold them for a few seconds before you exhale, and just repeat these a few times. And then set one intention for that time period where you're going to be setting at the computer or working on some projects or doing the things you have to do at the office. Set one intention. And it could be something like, I'm going to be patient with myself today. I'm going to approach challenges with calm. These are things to just remind you that even when things get busy and chaotic and hectic, and they don't go necessarily the way you feel like they should, this is something that you think of ahead of time. You start just telling yourself this before you even dig in. Instead of digging in and rushing through it and already getting fretful because you know you've got so much ahead of you to do. And that really is just setting you up for failure. And I used to do it. Believe me, I used to do that a lot. I've gotten so much better at that. And then one more thing you might want to do is just have a little journal right beside your desk and write down three things that you're grateful for. Some people, and I say write it down so that you can keep track throughout the weeks and months and things, date it. You know, it's really valuable reflections for you when you look through and you see what you were thankful for last month or what you were thankful for last year. These gratitude shifts can really make a big difference. And so that's our very first practice for realigning ourselves and getting a handle on what we want to do and become more in control of how we're going to show up. And then we're going to talk about anchor moments. Now, this is a big one that we call it sometimes habit stacking. Excuse me. We call it habit stacking, but I like to call it anchor moments because these are times throughout your day, not just in the morning, not just before you go to bed. There's times throughout the day that you work into your routine so that you can pause and check in with yourself. Now, I know you might be thinking, my schedule is packed, and I'm lucky if I can even take time to get a little bit of a tea break in the middle of the day. But these moments can be so simple. You don't need a long break to make these moments effective. So let me tell you what I'm talking about here. For example, okay, before your first meeting or the first chore of the day, every single time, get yourself in the habit of doing this. Just take a minute to close your eyes, breathe, and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What do I need before I start that meeting? Or before I start that chore or the project for the day? Ask yourself that. And let me know in the comments, are you in the habit of asking yourself throughout the day, what do I need? I don't think we do that often enough. And then another time you could check in is maybe right after lunch. See how you're feeling. Has your energy dipped? And if so, um, ask yourself, do I need a quick mental break or some kind of burst of energy so that I can get through the afternoon or get through this next task that I need to do? So we're talking about midday, after lunch, and then before you finish the day, before you get in there and you start cooking supper or you're going to pick up the kids from practice, or your grandkids are getting home from school and you're going to be work busy with them. Really take time to let go of everything, your phone, the emails, everything, and just pause and reflect and think about what did you get accomplished today, and kind of when you shift from busy, 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 and then you're going into winding down for the evening, wrap things up before you wind down and wrap them up with a positive note. And these are what I call anchor moments. And I have a resource that I'm going to send out to people who have signed up to get the free spotlight resources that I send out in the email. And just a little um, it's a little exercise basically on anchor moments, and it just gives you something to think about. And then we have one last thing before we get done here, and it's called the one less thing rule. Okay, the one less thing rule. And what do you think it might be? The one last thing. One less thing, not one last thing. One less thing. So the key word there is less. So think about this one. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what's one thing I can let go of? Every day, ask yourself. This can really be magical when you do this consistently. So maybe it's a task that you've been putting off and you realize, you know what, I guess it's not that big of a deal. So just let it go and get to it another time. Put it on your calendar for later in the month or something. Or maybe an overbooked commitment. You know, maybe you have committed to do something for someone or a situation, and you just kind of committed to do something and then without thinking. So think about next time, give yourself a little breathing room on that. Instead of committing to something immediately, say, I'll get back with you. Let me check my calendar. And then you can let that go. It really helps keep you from getting getting yourself caught up in too many things. There's a lot of really cool things that you could get involved in and you could do and you could enjoy. But you know what? We're not meant to do everything. So we just want you to pick things that really work for you. And you'll be happier. The people in your sphere of influence, they're going to feel it too, because there's not going to be as much angst when you get yourself overcommitted. And then think about maybe just some kind of a self-imposed expectation, something you expect of yourselves that, you know, you can maybe let it go. If you've got some ideas, put them in the comments for us. There's oftentimes we expect certain things out of ourselves, and you just beat yourself up when you don't do it. Well, you know what? Sometimes you can just let it go. So that's the one less thing rule. At the end of each night, find things that you can just let go, let go. If you can let go of just one thing each day, you are creating space for you to be more focused and more committed to the things that really matter. And it's really just this last one is just about simplifying your life, even just a little. Because I feel like we high achievers, we are always packed. Like our calendars, our to-do list are always packed. And when we start letting go of some of that stuff, makes a big difference. So, um, and not just, in your time management, but just in getting mental clarity. When you've got so many projects and stuff going on up there, it's hard. You end up um, experiencing anxiety, not being able to sleep at night, frustrated, maybe comfort eating, different things. And so let's just focus on simplifying. So these three things that I've shared with you are things that help you become more cognizant of what it is that is impairing your clarity. So there you have it. Three simple daily practices that'll help you regain your clarity, your focus, and help you feel more in control of your time, your energy, and the goals that you have set out for yourself. Like I said, it doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be dramatic. Any little consistent action can create a ripple effect that brings more balance and calm and confidence into your life and the projects that you want to accomplish. So, if you're ready to take these practices a little bit deeper, I want to invite you to join the Self Expansion Unlocked cohort. This is a supportive space where we explore how to simplify, how to reconnect, how to build lasting confidence in a way that helps you to show up more fully for yourself, maybe for your career, for your side biz, and for the people that mean the most to you. And we have a registration is open right now for the spring cohort. It ends March 20th. So let me know if that's something that you would be interested in learning more about. And remember, you don't have to do it all. Just just be a little bit more intentional with some small steps, these little mindfulness things, and you can gain clarity and control that you need to really thrive, to really feel confident in yourself. Instead of ending every single day feeling like you haven't gotten enough done, this can make a big difference. You can focus on what you did get done and then start again tomorrow with these reset little strategies and see what a difference it makes. Do it for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days in a row and see how you feel. So thank you very much for watching, and I'd love to hear from you. Um, Let me know, drop a comment below. Which one of these are you going to try first? Or, maybe you do a few things that I haven't even mentioned that really help you reset throughout the day so that you end the day on a positive note. So, thank you for tuning in, and we will talk to you next week because we've got another spotlight session scheduled for Monday. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.